All right. One of the most bizarre stories I heard so far this week about the Payton, under Sean Payton, or let me just go ahead and call his whole name, Patrick Sean Payton. Most bizarre storyline that I heard, believe it or not, was the Anthony Davis situation. Like, they said that they had a concrete deal with the Cowboys in 2000, and I believe 19, with Sean Payton. The Dallas Cowboys had that concrete deal, but they kind of pulled back because Anthony Davis requested to be traded to the Lakers or what have you, or to whatever team, but I believe he ultimately went to the Lakers. And they didn't want all of that amount of immense pressure to be on the general manager. Now, that's bizarre because nobody, and I mean absolutely none of the beat writers, none of the insiders for the Cowboys had this storyline, right? Now, all of a sudden, this stuff hit out. And on top of that, if you look through all this week, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin is talking about the Cowboys. Should Sean Payton go to the Cowboys or what have you? Now, he's still under contract, although he's stepping down from New Orleans. He's still under contract. And in order for the Cowboys to pick him up, you still got Mike McCarthy under contract. See how those things just don't match up? And what you got to ultimately want to happen to get Sean Payton is for Mike McCarthy to ultimately fail for the 2022 season. So that means we're going to live through this moment again in 2022 of Mike McCarthy falling on his face, right? And then we insert Sean Payton. That is the news that we got going around for this week. Now, the only way, hear me out, the only way I will accept Sean Payton at this point, if Jerry Wayne Jones say, Mike McCarthy, I like you. You're a wonderful guy. I thank you for your services for the 2 years, 6-10, 12-5 with the staff. You know, we like you. But Sean Payton is who I really, 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 really want. I want Patrick Sean Payton to coach this team, and I got to insert his philosophy on this team. That would be the only way. And he say, hey, here are your papers. We're getting rid of you right now. Next Friday will be your last day. Pack up your stuff. Get to packing. Or, there's a bridge that can lead you over there to New Orleans, or something like that. That will be the only way, Cowboy Nation. But outside of that, everything sullies the water and muddy the waters as well. Now, far as what Sean Payton brings, opposed to what Mike McCarthy brings, I believe the demeanor, the mindset. Just look at what the people are saying. The players that played under Sean Payton, they all speaking glowingly. It was hard to find those few players to speak glowing of Mike McCarthy. It was hard. It was hard, Cowboy Nation. And, of course, we do know the Aaron Rodgers, the diva. Woo! Nature boy. You know what he had to say about Mike McCarthy. And if anything, when we look into this thing, Cowboy Nation, and we say time management, that's a booger bear and a half for Mike McCarthy. We don't want those things. We don't want that at all. Time management. But Sean Payton, on the other end, he's part of that great Bill Parcells tree. I don't feel like looking up all of the things that Bill Parcells was able to do for this organization and what he did for the Giants, for crying out loud. But you can do a quick Google search and you will find out, man, Parcells was the truth, But I come here to tell y'all, man, it's all crazy to me because the Cowboys are still in the headlines. We are still the number one team that everybody's talking about, and I'm not happy about it, right? And I know draft season is right around the corner. Can't wait to get the mindset on who we gonna draft, where we should go in this particular draft as it relates to defense, offense, or what have you. But according to everybody, in order to have Sean Payton on this team, that means that 2022 season would have to be in shambles. 2022 season would have to be a season just like this past season and the season before that. And to be real with you guys, just to keep everything 100, it don't matter if you pull Tom Landry and Vince Lombardi out of the grave. If Jerry Jones don't get out of the way, it don't matter. You got to get Jerry Jones out of the way. You got to let these people coach this team. Now, I'm laughing and calling Mike McCarthy unsullied, right? Unsullied Mike. Because it just seems and it appears that he's not moving his weight around. And he sat there and said in the presser, oh, my team was nervous. If anything, that's a strike on him. And that's grounds for firing right there. You should never let that leave your mouth unless it was a positive outcome. Meaning that, man, my team was nervous, they were shaking, and I got in there and I was able to get them out of that nervousness by delivering a speech. But you don't say, yeah, they was nervous, had prayer at chapel, and they were seen to be timid and nervous the first few series and the plays of the game. No, at your home. Oh my God. You don't do that. That's a shame. That's a
shame.
Shame.
Shame. Shame.
You just don't do that, Iron Mike. I'm sorry, Unsullied Mike at this point. And Kellen Moore, this was his third year. Now he's going into his fourth year if he stays with the Cowboys. You should absolutely know that if you see him burning the kitchen up, right? Fire everywhere, spreading. You're supposed to, as the head coach, go over there and put out the fire. So those are my biggest reservation. I know people can look at the record line and say, well, these coaches, Sean Payton, he coached Drew Brees, going to be a Hall of Famer. Mike McCarthy, he coached Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. They both got one Super Bowl. They both the same. No. I don't think that Sean Payton would see Kellen Moore over there with everything on fire, sitting there saying, okay, I'm going to let the young bull figure it out himself. No, he's going to go over there and take the fire away and put it out, basically. Cowboys, we still on fire. We still angry and upset. But if anybody, I believe in the hearts of hearts, if anybody can coach up and teach and elevate the quarterback here with some good instructions, not no pillow talk to him, right? Nothing grows in comfort, right? You got to make it rough for him. Will be Sean Payton. Would be a person that can apply the pressure and say, all right, Dak, these are the things that you got to improve on. These are the things that I want to see from week to week basis. I'm going to hold you accountable to it. I'm not saying that Mike McCarthy is not doing that, but dog it, Mike McCarthy is not doing that, right? We need a coach that's going to hold all of the players accountable. Ezekiel Elliott from the stars of Tyron Smith, if he's back. Lyle Collins, Zach Martin, Dak Prescott. We need a coach that can do some coaching things, some improvement, whereas we don't see the same issues over and over and over again. Now, my last thing about Sean Payton, or Sean Payton, the last thing I'm going to say about this is really, when you look at the Saints' collective team, it was a seesaw. One year they have some good defense, then multiple years they have some great offense. Great offense, defense was just below the middle of the pack, right? So this team, I believe, if Jerry Wayne Jones decide to rip the Band-Aid off and say, man, Mike, we like you, but we love Sean Payton. And that will be the situation and scenario that we can all say, all right, cool. A man stands on his ground, a man understands what he wants, and a man go out there and get what he need. And that is what a billionaire is supposed to do to help solidify this team. And also, Old folks say this, man. When they get all long in the tooth, I have more years behind me than I have in front of me. Jerry Jones need to start preaching that. He might outlive us all, but man, he's getting long in the tooth. So if you really want to see that Lombardi trophy being lifted again, 2 things you must do. Stand firm with what you believe in, and also, man, get rid of the childish things and insert Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. For especially when you have all of his players in there that he coached and you don't have him up there. That's not right. So let's move all of this out for the 2022 season. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Let's go.
Peace. I want me some glory hole.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?